Okay, we've got some higher powers now in terms of indices. The rules of indices are found on page 20. Operating from grade D to grade B. Taking parts from question 1 to 5. Let me just introduce a few basic ground rules that you may be aware of. Certainly you've got to know these. So not looking at any question at the moment, so I'm just sort of giving you some demos here. So 10 to the power of 2 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. Simply add the powers. 10 to the power of 5. In terms of proof, we got 10 times 10. That's him. And this one's 10 times 10 times 10. That's him. Of course, that is multiplication. Hence, you see 10 to the power of 5. I won't keep doing that, but that's why it works. So, just doing question, I don't know, 1e. I've got 10 to the power of 3. Take away the square root of 100. Well, 10 to the power of 3 is of course 1000. Asks us to actually calculate the value of this, and the square root of 100 is of course 10. Therefore, our answer is 990. Alright, that's 1e. Question 2 on page 20 still. It wants me to write this in index notation, in other words in power form. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, well that's 10 to the power of 4 for the reasons outlined above there. 10 alone has got to be 10 to the power of 1. 1/10 is going to be 10 to the power of minus 1. 1 over 100 going to be 10 to the power of minus 2. Again, I can prove this is true using sequences. Please note this is just a shorthand version of 1/10, 1 over 100, shorthand version, 10 to the power of minus 2. That's not actually a minus 2, it is a shorthand way of writing 1 over 100. Alright. Similarly, 1 over 1000 is going to be 10 to the power of minus 3. So generally then, if I have a number, I don't know, general number, 1 over x to the power of something, call it n, that's basically x to the power of negative n. Alright, so that is a really good rule to learn. Alright, so that's a real beauty, that one. Now here's another one you ought to know. I'll write it up here. So any number to the power of 0 is 1. Again, I can prove that. I don't want to do it right now. I just want you to believe me and to use it. Alright, so that's absolutely true. Do learn that one as well. Question 3, better just turn over another page. Question 3 says, are the following statements true or false? So here's the first one. Let's just do it together. 10 to the power of 2, is it equal to 20? It's false. But let's just give our reason, otherwise we get no marks. Because 10 to the power of 2 means 10 times 10, and that is therefore 100, and it is not 20. So we proved it. Next one, is 10 to the power of minus 1 the same thing as minus 10? That's also false. We'll prove it now, because again we have to do this to get our marks. 10 to the power of minus 1 means 1 over 10 from the previous page. Let's just show you what that is. There you go, right there. Alright, so that's the reason. Another one is 10 to the power of 50 multiplied by 10 to the power of 50. Is that 10 to the power of 100? Is true, because we just add the powers. Oops, got to see there. Because 50 plus 50 equals 100, and that's good enough, right, as powers. Question 4, we've got combined multiplication and division, and I've not come across a division one yet, but anyway, just do it all together. We've got 10 to the power of 7 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3, or divided by 10 to the power of 6. Well, upstairs we have 10 to the power of 10 divided by 10 to the power of 6. You should remember that when you're dividing with powers you subtract. So 10 to the power of 10 take away the 6 is 4, and that's fine. We'll do this one as well. 10 to the power of 7 times 10 to the power of 4 times 10 to the power of 3. We divide all that by 10 to the power of 6. So upstairs we have 4 plus 7 is 11 plus 3 is 14. 10 to the power of 14 divided by 10 to the power of 6. Subtract the powers, 14 take away 6. 10 to the power of 8, and that's completely correct as well. Now these next parts go up to grade B according to this little book here, so let's just do it. Let's just change colour as well, make it a little bit brighter. Right, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Let's do question 5C. 10 to the power of 7 divided by 10 to the power of 3. Again, just subtract the powers. 7 take away 3 is 4. 10 to the power of 4. Working down the page, 10 to the power of 7 divided by 10 to the power of 10. Subtract it. Be brave. It is in fact 10 to the power of minus 3 because we have 7 take away 10 is minus 3. If you wanted to write it as a positive power, that would be 1 over 10 to the power of 3. Alright, so that is exactly the same as that. And if you're told to write it as a positive power, then that's what you've got to do. That's correct, and so is that correct. Let's give it a tick. Next one. 10 to the power of 2, and then we power it all to 5. On this occasion we don't say 5 plus 2 is 7, that wouldn't be correct. We say 5 times 2 is 10. The answer is 10 to the power of 10. I mean, think about it logically. I've got 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 2, this is me proving it, 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 2. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 10 to the power of 2, 5 times over, and as you can see, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 10, and that's the same as that, so it's correct. Working up the page here, I've got 10 to the power of 2, all powered up to 3. Well, that's easy, isn't it? 2 3s are 6, 10 to the power of 6, well, that would be a million. Next one, 10 to the power of minus 3, all squared, power of 2 that is. Again, apply the same rule. 3 2s are 6, it's 10 to the power of minus 6. If you're told to write it as a positive power, it would be 1 over 10 to the power of 6. So that's the same as that. That's a millionth, and that's the way of writing it as in index form. What else should we do? 10 to the power of 5 over 10 to the power of 8. 5 take away 3. Sorry, 5 take away 8 is minus 3. 10 to the power of minus 3. If they want it as a positive power, 1 over 10 to the power of 3. Let me make that a bit bigger. We've got some combinations here. I think I'll work down here. This is 5m. 10 to the power of 4, that's been squared. Then I've got to multiply by 10 to the power of 2, that's raised to the power of negative 2. Let's just do that one. I think that's a 3 actually. Anyway, we'll do it as it stands. Okay, let's change it to 3 to be consistent with the book. Alright, so what do we got then? We've got 10 to the power of 4 to the power of 2, that's 10 to the power of 8. Bring the multiplier down, the multiply sign down rather. 3 times negative 2, 10 to the power of minus 6, and now we're free to add the powers as normal. 8 plus minus 6, 8 take away 6 is 2, 10 to the power of 2. If they wanted you to write down the full value of that final answer, then you've got to call it 100, haven't you, because it's 10 times 10. That'll do. I think I've introduced the rules of indices. So generally when you multiply you add, when you divide you subtract, and if you're given one of these negative powers over here and you're asked to write it as a positive power, just be careful to do that. Alright, so let me just put that as a little highlighter for you, and that's about it. Thank you.